But the next thing we have are choices. See, Jephthah had some choices he could make. Okay, because it goes on to say, here in our little story, that, where were we here? He says, about this time the Ammonites began the war against Israel. When the Ammonites attacked, the leaders of Gilead sent for Jephthah in the land of Tob, and they said, come and be our commander. Help us fight. Now remember, these people kicked him out of the land. And now when the big bad dudes come to take him, they want this great mighty warrior back on their side. So they search him out in the land of Tob. Okay, sounds like Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe or something. They search him out, and they say, will you come back and not only fight with us, but will you be our leader? Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm Jephthah, I'm thinking, sorry, buddy, you're toast. I am not coming back to help you. Matter of fact, he asks them a question. He says, but Jephthah said to them, aren't you the ones who hated me and drove me from my father's house? Why do you come to me now when you're in trouble? Because you're the ones that hated me. You're the ones that kicked me out. And now you're in trouble, you want my help. And their simple answer is this, because we need you, they replied. If you will lead us in battle against the Ammonites, we will make you ruler over all the people of Gilead. Okay, so this is your total comeback story, because they say, if you lead us in victory, we will make you ruler over everybody. All the people. Jephthah said, if I come with you, and if the Lord gives me victory over the Ammonites, will you really make me ruler over all the people? The Lord is our witness, the leaders replied. We promise to do whatever you say. So Jephthah went with the leaders of Gilead, and he became their ruler and commander of the army. You see, Jephthah here he had some choices to make. One, he could have become just like his family. Honestly, Jephthah has every right to be a loser just like the rest of his family, because that's how he was brought up. I mean, right? That's kind of what we're taught. You grow up like your family. I got news for you. Jephthah didn't believe that. Jephthah could have been just like his brothers, but no, Jephthah was more of a man than any of his brothers ever were. Jephthah could have been just like his dad, but Jephthah was a man more than his dad would ever be a man. But honestly, he could have ended up just like them. He could have chose that same path. He could have chose to be bitter. He could have said, you know what? You messed me up so bad. You hurt me so bad. You hated me so much. I'm going to leave you just to die to them. I hope you die. He could have said that. But you know what? Jephthah kind of takes the higher road here. And honestly, it comes along with ruling everybody in the land, which is pretty cool. Okay, but he comes back and he helps his people. He helps these people that hated him. See, the war was over this patch of land. And the Amalekites said, look, you came through here one time, you settled here, and it's actually our land. And they say, no, it's not. And so Jephthah sends a message to the other king or whatever, and he says, look, if you will just drop this, we'll drop it, and it'll all go away. And the guy says, I won't do that. And so Jephthah is forced to go to war with these people. You have choices you can make right now. We make choices every day. We make choices to hit the snooze button. We make choices to take a shower. Hopefully you make that choice to take a shower. But we make choices all the time, but some of them are more important choices. Like, who will you date? Who will you not date? What are you going to do with Jesus? Do you believe that? Do you not believe that? Serious choices. We have those choices, and you can choose to change your future. You have that choice. Honestly, I'm not going to make you do it. No one can make you do it. You have the choice. And so Jephthah goes to war with these people. And the last thing I want to talk about is promises. And even when I read this now, I can't get over this. So he goes to war with the people, and in verse 29 he says, this is Jephthah talking, at the time the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, and he went throughout the land of Gilead and Manasseh, including this, and he leads the people. But one thing he does beforehand is he makes a vow to God. And this blows me away. He tells God, he says, God, if you give me victory over these people, the first thing that walks out of my house when I come back from war, I will offer to you as a sacrifice. And even I still can't understand this promise. Because I don't know if he was expecting this cat to come out or what. But he tells God, God, if you give me victory, the first thing that walks out of my house when I come home from war, I will offer as a sacrifice to you. If you don't know what that means, it means kill it. Jephthah wins. The Lord gives him victory. He comes home, and what do you think the first thing that runs out to greet him is? His little girl. Now, if I'm Jephthah again, I'm saying, sorry, God. I don't think that's going to happen. And those of you parents, you can probably understand, I have a little girl. And Jephthah just falls on his knees. He tears his clothes because he's so upset. And his daughter, at this point, doesn't know what he promised to God. And she comes up to him and says, Dad, whatever you promise to God, you must do it. And he tells her. And she basically says, okay, can I at least go away for 4 months with my friends and mourn what's going to happen? And he says, yes, you can do that. And here's the thing we don't hear a lot about in Bible stories. Like we hear the story where Abraham was going to offer his son as a sacrifice, but God provides a ram, and the ram dies instead of his son. I got news for you, that doesn't happen here. But it's not God's fault. God didn't make the promise. Jephthah did. And so his daughter comes back, and he follows through. God didn't make that promise. Jephthah did. And the thing we learn from this is we need to be careful with the promises that we make. We had FCA here yesterday morning, and this is kind of what we talked about in our little group. You know what? Let's do everybody a favor, including ourselves. If you're not going to mean something when you say it for God, don't even make the promise. Don't even make that promise. Don't say, God, I promise I'll do this, knowing that you're not going to do it. Now, when people come to me and they say, Mike, I promise I'll do this for you, and they don't do it, doesn't that kind of irritate you a little bit? It's like, even like on stupid things, like I'll pick you up at 6:30 and they don't show up till 7. Like, that's really annoying to me. I'm like kind of a time freak anyways. Like, if I'm not right on time, I'm like having a meltdown. Okay, but, I mean, it's kind of irritating when people make promises and they don't keep them.